Good Thursday morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? So I just finished watching a Breakfast Club interview with Tika Sumpter and Omari Hardwick. They were doing promotion for their new movie, their new Tyler Perry movie that will be premiering tomorrow, titled Nobody's Fool. I can't wait to go see this movie. Just on a side note, but anyway, in the course of the interview, DJ Envy brings up an incident with Omari Hardwick and a fan trying to get a photo from him. That incident actually went viral last month because they were talking about it on Twitter. What happened was a black female fan of his had been following him evidently for blocks, wanting to get a picture with Omari with Ghost. You know what I mean? So anyway, she finally was noticed because their nanny, the family's noted of the family's nanny, noticed that this woman had been following them for blocks. So she finally caught up with them, and she immediately went up to him and asked him for if they could do a photo together, a selfie together, and he told her no, that he's with his family right now, and the woman, evidently she was shocked that he said no, so they had a couple of words back and forth. So the incident then proceeded to be talked about on Twitter. So the guy that wrote the Twitter post, him and Omari Hardwick went back and forth for quite a while. This is why the incident went viral a month ago. They had a Twitter exchange. During the course of that exchange, the actual fan, the female, actually jumped on and said what she said. She couldn't believe he acted that way. And because that encounter went viral, she called into the Breakfast Club and told her side of the story. She said that she felt like he was really rude. You know what I mean? And she couldn't believe that he spoke to her in the way that he spoke to her, right? So yesterday, after 30 days, like I said, DJ Envy asked Omari about it. And after all this time, Omari was still in his feelings about it. Okay, he wanted to tell his side of the story. And he said that he acted the way that he acted towards the young woman, the fan, because he felt like she disrespected his wife. And he felt like she disrespected his wife because he felt like she didn't even acknowledge that the wife was there. She just immediately asked him for a photo, and he said no. And this is I'm spending time with my family. Basically this is not the right time. But then he goes on to say the reason why he said that to her, not necessarily because it wasn't the right time, is because he felt like she didn't even take a second to acknowledge that his wife was even there. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like I said, after 30 days, he's still upset about this. He feels that the lady had the wrong idea about the encounter, and he felt that she would have gotten a photo if she would have just acknowledged that his wife was there. And he said that he goes on, he says this, that, and the other. He goes on to mention the fact that his wife is not insecure about fans coming up to him. I'm thinking what he's talking about is, we know that Omari Hardwick has a great deal, a lot of black female fans. And I'm sure that whenever they're out in public, they're coming up to him, they're wanting photos, they're wanting selfies. And he said when he's alone, he doesn't have a problem with it. You come up to him, he'll do 75 selfies, sometimes. He said he's got a lot of pictures on his Instagram page of him and a lot of fans. And and I checked out that Instagram page, and he's got some beautiful pictures with beautiful black women. Do you see what I'm saying? So why would you, which is, I think, the reason why he mentioned that his wife was not insecure about his fans, and every once in a while, if she's with him, she would grab the phone and take the photo, take the pic for the fan and him, but really she's not so secure at all, because if she was that secure, he would have to make it a point to say that she was not insecure about the situation of his fans, right? And honestly, I think that the subtext is the reason why that Omari was upset. And let me tell you what the subtext is. Okay, the subtext here is the fact that ever since way back in 2010, I think that's when Power premiered and people found out who his wife was, they couldn't believe that he was married to this woman. Not even necessarily because of her color, because, he's in an interracial relationship, but moreover, because the social media has dragged his wife for years because they feel like she's ugly, honestly, and I think that she has a problem with that, and because she has a problem with that, he has a problem with that. Do you see what I'm saying? But even deeper than that, I think that he is struggling. He goes on to say that his wife really supported him. She was there for him when nobody else was. She used to have this. She was a film producer or budding producer or something. She did something in film behind the camera. She let her career take a back seat because they were trying to, push him forward as a star, and now that he's got his fame, he feels like he owes her something. He didn't say he felt like he owes her something, but in my opinion, he's saying, I owe her something. I owe her loyalty. I owe her, basically everything. It's basically, he said he owes her everything. You know what I mean? She's the mother of his children, all this and all that. But really, he's been messed up with it for years because every so often, something to pop up, they'll be out together, and eventually it's going to happen that somebody's going to bring up the fact that his wife is not very attractive. Not that she's non-black, that she's not attractive, and he's real messed up with that, and it will make any woman feel insecure, because he's a very handsome man. Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of these fans that come up to them, I'm sure they are very beautiful women. Black, white, or otherwise. And it would make anybody feel insecure. But he's trying his best to be loyal to her. He's trying not to be Ghost. But he went from Omari to Ghost real quick. And so when he did that, I know why he's so relatable towards that character. Now, he's not relatable to people, to his fans, I think when he's with his wife, but I think he's very relatable probably to a lot of people when he's alone. But he feels like he has to act a certain way and carry his demeanor a certain way when he's around his wife because he doesn't want to make her feel bad. It's just, and then he doesn't want to appear he doesn't want it to appear that he doesn't care about his wife to his wife. But the reason why Omari is so relatable, he plays such a good character when he's playing Ghost, is because I see a lot of Ghost in his real character. You know what I mean? He's kind of selfish. He really is. When you really think about it, I think that he is very appreciative of his wife, but he's very self-centered. And he let a little bit of that come out in that Breakfast Club interview yesterday. If you really listen to what he said, there was one point when he said, well, my fans didn't make me. My wife didn't make me. I didn't even make my children. They're on loan to me. I just got a different way of thinking about things. No, honey, what you meant was you did this all by yourself. Your ego is slightly overblown, like you're really feeling yourself and have been for a long time, but you don't like when you feel like people are slighting this woman. And when actually that fan, she wasn't disrespecting his wife, she was just being a fan. She was just really focused on getting a photo with somebody, with a celebrity that she's a fan of. It wasn't disrespect at all, and I think he overblew it, for personal reasons, like I really do. But anyway, guys, what do you think? Do you think Omari / Ghost overdone it a bit? Because, okay, let me finish this before I say it. Now, we know if you watch Power that Ghost, at the end of the day, he's all for self, right? He loves his family in Power, but, we've seen him kick his family to the curb for Angela. We've seen him kick Angela to the curb, for himself. We've seen him kick his friend to the curb for himself. I can't think of the fella's name, but he's all about himself at the end of the day. And I think that a lot of that character Ghost is Omari Hardwick. You know what I mean? In real life is a lot of his true character. And so really at the end of the day, this is really not about his wife being ugly or non-black. It's about Omari, in the way that he feels he should be treated, so that he could feel comfortable, because he's the star here. Because, like he said, nobody made him. Not acknowledging the fact that if these women, if these fans of yours don't support you, your show wouldn't have been successful. You see what I'm saying? That's why it was such a shock when they found out who your wife was, and you know that, but you don't want to. He don't want to acknowledge that, and I can really tell he's from Georgia. Like, he really let it show. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get the cocky attitude. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, like I said, that's all I got for now. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below. Do you think Omari is really upset because he feels that his wife is being disrespected? Or do you feel that he just merely is annoyed because he doesn't want to be bothered with the whole conversation at home? He doesn't want to hear anything coming from his wife about, they don't even acknowledge me. Do you think it's just all about him? Like in the Ghost character, it's all about Ghost. So do you think it's all about him? Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Peace.